Have you ever wondered about how wealth is really built? Is it just a game where the rich get richer, or can good old-fashioned hard work actually get you to the top? Well, today we're going to break that down. We're pitting capital against hard work to see what really makes the difference.
So here it is, the big question. It's kind of like the ultimate financial chicken and egg problem, right? Do you absolutely need money to make money, leaving everyone else behind? Or can you, with just pure grit and relentless effort, build a fortune completely from scratch? Let's explore both sides of this.
You know, this whole thing reminds me of a character from an old sitcom. You know the one, the millionaire who tries to get rid of his fortune by investing in the worst movie idea ever. And what happens? The movie is so ridiculously bad that it becomes a cult classic, a smash hit, and he ends up even richer than before. It's played for laughs, but there's a real truth in there. Sometimes it feels like money has its own gravity, pulling in more success even by accident.
Okay, so let's get serious, because it's not just about sitcom luck. People who already have wealth have some very real, very distinct advantages. You can almost think of them as weapons, tools that help them not just hold on to their money, but make it grow like crazy.
The first, and maybe the most important weapon, is what we call risk capacity. It's basically a financial safety net. I mean, think about it. If you have millions, you can pour money into 10 different high-risk startups. If 9 of them go bust, yeah, it stings, but you're still standing. But if that 10th one hits it big, the payoff is absolutely massive. Now, if you don't have that capital, just one failure can completely wipe you out.
Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two people at a shooting range. Player A has 1,000 bullets, a whole bucket of them. They can miss, they can take their time, adjust their aim, figure things out, and eventually they're gonna hit the bullseye. Player B, they've only got 10 bullets. 10. Every single shot is critical. The pressure is on. It's not just about who's a better shot, is it? It's about how many chances you get to succeed.
And it doesn't stop there. The second weapon is the incredible power of your network. When you have money, suddenly banks are eager to give you loans. The most influential people want to connect with you, which opens doors to deals and ventures you'd otherwise never even hear about. Plus, you can afford the best lawyers, the best financial advisors, who not only guide you to success, but also protect you from the scams and bad deals that trap so many others.
So we've covered risk and network, but there's a third weapon. And honestly, this one might be the most mind-blowing of all. It's all about simple math, but with absolutely staggering results. Let's call it the quantum advantage.
All right, let's imagine an investor. Let's say she's worked hard, saved up, and she's scraped together 100,000 rupees. It's everything she has. She puts it all into a high-risk, high-reward stock and spends sleepless nights watching the market, just hoping for that big win.
And boom, it pays off. She doubles her money, a 100% return. That's incredible, a life-changing amount of money and a story she'll tell forever. And she should, that's a huge win. But now let's meet another investor. This guy is investing a much, much larger amount, 10 crore or 100 million rupees, and he's not taking a huge risk. He puts it into a safe, kind of boring mutual fund. He probably doesn't even think about it much. At the end of the year, he only gets a 10% return, only. But here's the magic of quantum. 10% of his massive investment is 1 crore rupees. He made 100 times more profit than our first investor with a tiny fraction of the risk and stress. That right there is the quantum advantage. Okay, I know what you're thinking. After hearing all that, the case for money attracts money seems pretty airtight. It feels like an unbeatable head start. So, does that mean hard work is pointless if you're not born with a silver spoon? Is it all just hopeless? No. Absolutely not. But it does mean we have to think about hard work in a different way. It's not just about how much effort you put in, it's about putting that effort into the right thing at the exact right time. It's about strategy.
Let me give you a real-world example. Think about two people. Both worked incredibly hard for years, saved up, and decided to invest in real estate in the city of Pune. The first person bought several flats back in 2005, right before the market exploded. They did incredibly well. The second person did the exact same thing, worked just as hard, but bought their flats 10 years later, in 2015, after the market had already peaked. Today, they're still waiting for a good return. Same work, same city, different timing. The result? Worlds apart. Strategic hard work means seeing the wave coming before it gets to the shore.
But wait, there's another layer to this whole thing. Something that, in the long run, can be even more powerful than capital. And that's your reputation. The source material for this explainer calls it your path. And it's so important because not all money is created equal.
Just think about this for a second. A gangster, a respected industrialist, a famous actor, and a brilliant researcher could all have the exact same amount of money in the bank. But do they get the same opportunities? Not a chance. The way you earn your wealth builds your reputation. That reputation opens certain doors and closes others. It's its own kind of currency. It buys you trust, respect, and the right kind of opportunities.
So, how do we bring these two big ideas together? On one hand, you have the undeniable power of capital. On the other, the absolute need for strategic, reputable hard work. The answer really is to stop thinking about just yourself and start thinking about generations.
Look, for most of us who aren't starting with a massive trust fund, strategic hard work is our only play. It's our only way in. But the goal can't just be to get rich. The real, game-changing goal is to build the foundation, the capital, the reputation, the assets that gives the next generation all those advantages we didn't have. It's about you being the one to start it all for your family.
There's this beautiful old proverb that just says it all perfectly. Your hard work today, your struggle, your strategy, it's like planting a mango tree. You might only get to see it sprout and grow, but you're planting it so that your children and your grandchildren can sit in its shade and eat the fruit for years and years to come. That is legacy.
And please, let's just get rid of that cynical old idea that the next generation is just going to waste everything you built. Yeah, those stories make for dramatic TV shows, but real history is filled with way more examples of families who take what they're given and build it into something even bigger. Don't let that fear stop you from planting that tree. So where does that leave us? It's true, money has a powerful gravity of its own, but real, lasting wealth, the kind that builds a legacy, that's forged by strategic hard work and a reputation you can be proud of. It's not built for just one lifetime. It's built for many. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this: what tree are you planting today?